everybody. Good to be back with you again today. Carolina and I are back. We're doing this over Zoom today. And this is a message today to encourage you that you don't have to be perfect. You just have to try. This is actually take 2 of this video today, because on take 1, I went through my whole spiel. I said what I thought I needed to say. And at the end of it, Carolina had this look on her face of horror. She said, "Oh no, we weren't recording. We'll have to do it again." See, you're in good company if you're not perfect, Carolina and I. So welcome today to all of us imperfect people. Which leads into what we're doing here today. I started the day today thinking, no, we're not going to do this today because I have nothing clever or interesting to say. And then I got to thinking about that and I thought, well, how many people who might view these videos often feel the same way? I'm either just not up to it. I don't think it's going to go very well, so I'm just not going to do it. So I'm here today to encourage you and to say we're all in this together. Sometimes we do things because it's the right thing to do. We have not recorded some days in the past. One day, Carolina looked at my hair and said, "You are having a bad hair day. You look terrible." And I looked at myself and said, "You know, I think you're right. Far be it from me to make a fool of myself on social media by having a bad hair day." So we didn't do it. Another time, I just didn't feel inspired. It wasn't about not having something to say. It's about just not feeling like it. So we didn't do it. 'Tis a pity, because in life, sometimes you just have to do it. My grandfather, who was from Sweden, used to have a saying that he would repeat time and time again. When we would ask how he's doing, he would say, "Jag måste gå," which in Swedish means I have to go. It has to go. I have no choice. And that's what we're doing here today. Jag måste go. Sometimes we just have to do this. And we need to support each other in the process. So I'm here today to that end. This reminds me of a saying of a preaching teacher who used to tell his students, who would then be pastors and preachers, that in the Old Testament times, the Hebrew scriptures, old ancient Israel, the prophets would speak only when they had a word from the Lord. Like the word of the Lord came to the prophet Jeremiah or whatever. He said, "Unfortunately for you, the present day preacher has to speak because it's 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, whether you have a word from the Lord or not. It's just the way it works. Jag måste gå. You have to do it." Or as Paul said to Timothy, "Preach the word in season and out of season." You just do it. And in the process of being persistent and going forward, that's where life becomes what life can become. So they say necessity is the mother of invention. Sometimes when you have to do it, you become more creative and you find resources you wouldn't have had otherwise. Necessity is the mother of invention for you today. If you don't feel like it or you don't think you're going to succeed, I'm here today to tell you, just do it anyhow. Jag måste gå. It's okay. We're all in this together. We're all imperfect. And so we just keep pressing forward. There's an old saying from the Chinese tradition that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Are you holding back from taking that first step today because you're not so sure it's going to be dazzling, exciting, successful? Take the first step anyhow. And often in taking that first step, things become easier the more you go. Brain scientists have discovered an interesting thing about us human beings. They say most of us think that we smile because we're happy. First you're happy, then you smile. They have discovered that often smiling first will make you happy second. I'm happy because I smile. And so first you smile, your brain kind of connects to this expression on your face, and suddenly you feel happy. Sometimes you just take that first step. Sometimes you crack that first grin. Sometimes you just have to go and you have to speak, or you have to do, whether you think it's going to be dazzling, successful, exciting, or interesting, because human life is basically lived in an often unglamorous way, but we do it together and we support each other in the process. So I'm here today to support you. And I don't know if I'm having a bad hair today or not, but I'm here speaking. I don't know if this was exactly interesting because I didn't think I had anything to say, but we just do it. So I encourage you today, take that first step, crack that first grin, and I'll see you again some Wednesday near in the future. Take good care of yourself. I'm glad to be with you today. Bye now.